I have to say my mom's the most important woman in my life.
My mommy.
Most important woman, hands down, my mom, Dukes.
I'd have to say my mom.
I would say my mom.
The most important woman in my life, I had to say my mom.
My mom.
It's probably an equal tie between my mother and my grandmother. I really admire how my mom is so caring. She could see a child in need and will go out her way to make sure that child is in the right state of mind. She did that for me and all my brothers and sisters and cousins and just any random child.
My mom is like the most selfless person I know. Ever since I was young, I knew that she would do whatever for me and my brothers and my family. She's always put us first, and that's something that I've truly admired because I just don't know how somebody can do that. Every single situation, my mom has always put us first.
The way she tries to give me the world, even if she doesn't necessarily have it herself. Throughout my whole life, she always tried to give me whatever I wanted, even if it meant cutting back on things that she could possibly give for herself. So just that caring aspect.
So when I was younger, I was in the back seat of her car, and the first gospel song, or the first song at all that I learned was Stump by Kurt Franklin. So that came on, and it was going. Stump makes me wanna dance, makes me clap my hands. And she turned around and looked at me, and I stopped as if nothing was happening. And then she turned back around, and I keep going. Makes me clap my hands, and then she looked in the rearview mirror and was like, I see you back there. And I just think that moment just describes our playful and funny relationship as a whole.
My dad was in jail when I was a kid, and like most people, like they would play sports with their dad, and like, but my siblings weren't really into sports, and my mom knew I was, so she would like go outside and play catch with me, and like play basketball with me. So those are like some like my mom just those are my favorite memories of my mom. There's still things like that.
My grandmother, when I was young, she had a problem with smoking cigarettes, as many people do, and I was riding with her in the car, and I started thinking about the idea of her passing away because of it, and I just started to cry and cry and cry. And I looked over at her and I said, Grandma, I can't imagine living without you. And every time you smoke a cigarette, that becomes more and more real for me. And she leaned over and she said, okay. And she never smoked another cigarette after that. And that was really like one of the most powerful moments of our relationship and of my life.
In 4th grade, I decided like baseball was gonna be my thing. I was ready to take it to the next level. And I decided that I wanted to play travel baseball. My dad couldn't really leave work like that to be able to take me to tournaments across the country. So that responsibility fell on my mom. That meant she had to take off pretty much every Friday of the school year in order to get my brother and I across the country to any tournament, anywhere. And the one thing I could just remember is she never really complained once. All she did was drive. With us being so young, we couldn't do really anything. A lot of the time we would fall asleep in the car. But she really just put her head down and just drove all by herself. And that goes back to the selflessness. She would sing to us. She would put on movies for us, do whatever we had to do to be happy. And she was always putting a pause on her life. But I can't thank her enough for that.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So my nickname for my mom is Taco. If anybody knows my mom, like she also, like her side business is a taco truck. She does have her own restaurant, so she used to call me Taco all the time for some reason.
My mom's nickname for me is Zay Zay. My name is Isaiah, obviously. She's been calling me that since I was very, very young. And I kind of shortened it over time because I love the nickname, but I don't want everybody running around calling me Zay Zay. That's reserved for my mom only.
I don't know where it comes from. It might be my entire mom's side of the family, but Puka.
My mom calls me Boogie, It's debated between her and my grandma who came up with it, but my mom says she calls me Boogie because when I was a kid I was like afraid of everything.
Not my mom, but my grandma calls me Cinnamon or Cinnabon. But don't put that in there though. I don't want anybody to.
My mom strictly calls me by my governmental name, and that's Darnell.
Beautiful.
Brave.
Irreplaceable.
Witty. Definitely witty.
Strong.
My mom is stubborn.
Protective.
With my mom, I'd have to say gentle. She's a very gentle soul. And with my grandmother, I'm just choosing crazy.
Love you, Mom.
And grandma.
That's lit.
I forget about you.
Whose mouth?
Who?
You. Yep, this answer for everybody gonna be in the video.
It's gonna be in front of the entire attending audience, yes.
I'm saying like we're gonna use all of our responses for each question.
Bro, get off me. The African American women
Coming up the stairs 6 to 8 military man.
Hey,
You know what it is?
train like an alpha coming soon, man.
Hell
Don't miss
yeah,
that. You
yeah.
already know what's going on.
White St. Patty's.
Take that
Where's
Gold team.
White team, don't even
no,
listen.
no.
Yeah, but it's time to go.
No. Hey, black team.
White team.
Vocal rhythm. Shout out to one of the chairs of the event, Young Chief Steve, Scuba Steve, man.
I'm just out here.
The other chair, Young 6'5".
He needs some leg. He needs some leg.
You know, 6'5" on a tall day. Zay, why are you the main one trying to stay in the front of the camera?
Why you always hating?
Hold on. Can we get like a group
Hi,
shot?
Mom.